You hear this music?
Mm-hmm. Good morning, and welcome to the Coffee with Chris show. I am your Takeover host, Sydney. Today is Wednesday, March 31st, 2021. And I have a special guest today. My special guest has been my friend and various types of partner in crime for I'm gonna date us now, Linda. For over 20 years. Yeah, right.
96.
Yeah, right.
96.
Linda Barkenbush.
Hello, America.
Now
America is watching.
we have 5 people watching.
Ooh.
Yeah, let me get into the comments.
Ooh, exciting.
Nobody has said good morning to me yet. I noticed that when Chris is hosting, Chris gets a slew of good mornings.
Oh,
Yeah, and I don't have any good mornings.
oh, come on, friends, don't be shy.
Okay, so actually, Chris is in the room with me because apparently Linda and I are boomers.
Yeah.
And I have zero tech ability whatsoever.
And I have even less.
And Linda has even less.
Right.
And so good morning, Seth. And Linda has even less tech ability. So Chris is right here being our audio and video engineer, so to speak, and just like shaking their head in disappointment.
And keeping an eye on things because they really know we have a lot. They say we have a lot of nonsense, and we really can't be left to our own devices.
Definitely not.
Yeah, especially around their expensive tech equipment.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Chris already warned me not to spill coffee on their expensive tech equipment. So I want to talk a little bit about why you're here today, Linda.
Yeah.
Linda has very specific and refined areas of expertise.
Yes.
I would say. And so good morning, Zach. Good morning, Sirgus. Some of Linda's specific and refined areas of expertise include snack foods, which we talk about often. We are very invested in snack foods.
Pretty much every day.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much every day. Classic television, which Linda gives me the updates on. Good morning, Ezra. And what was I going to say was your third area of expertise for today? We have snack foods, classic television.
Let's see.
Shows.
Oh yeah, game shows, classic television, and snack foods.
Yeah.
And Herb Alpert.
Yeah. So, Linda, how many times have you seen Herb Alpert?
Actually, I've had the play, and actually, today is his birthday, so that's an extra special day today. So,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it's because I was thinking yesterday, I was like, wow, this week is amazing. So, because I'm on spring break this week.
How many times have you seen Herb Alpert? Do you hear the echo, Linda?
And actually, today is his birthday. So that's yes, I do.
Okay, Chris fixed it.
Okay.
So today's Herb Alpert's birthday.
Yes. And I've had the pleasure of seeing him 3 times. 3 times.
And can you let our viewers know, like, kind of what Herb Alpert is, like, most famous for?
Well, Herb Alpert's most famous for being in Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. And they play if you hear like the background music to a lot of 60s games, some of the actually his music is in the Bachelor and the Bachelorette theme songs in the dating game.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Spanish. Spanish Flea is that the
how you do that so good.
Thanks. So yeah, it's in the years of practice. That's my Herb Alpert trumpet, and so I'm a human beatbox too. That's like my other area of expertise. The human trumpet, or the human horn, or something. And Chris is laughing at Herb Alpert. And
good morning, Mystery. Good morning, Dame. Good morning, Rick. And Herb Alpert is also known for like the very famous iconic record cover, right?
Yes, the A&M records. So I actually made a T-shirt of that a while back. I got like an iron-on decal and printed it out. So it got wrecked in the wash. So I'll have to make another one. And also the whipped cream record cover with like the naked lady covered in whipped cream.
Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of because that's pretty iconic. I would say.
Most definitely. And so, yeah, but also he does a lot of really incredible philanthropy and stuff. Like he like supports music schools and arts in the schools, and, gives lots of money to musicians and artists. So that's pretty good too.
You are like truly a Herb Alpert expert.
Yeah. And I'm also a top fan on their Facebook page.
So I know you're a top fan on the Facebook page because sometimes Facebook will sneakily show me like where you've responded on their page.
That's all. Yeah. Oh wow!
I'm not part of the page, but I see where you respond on the page.
Oh yeah, because the Snack It will show me your responses too.
Are you not in the Snack It?
Oh yeah, I'm in the Snack It. So, but sometimes the Snack It'll show, like the Snack It showed me when you responded to. I think it was like the Reese's egg or the Cadbury egg or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, Sydney and I are also we're part of this Facebook page called the Snack It, where people like compare snack foods and do various snack food snack food competitions and such. And their latest one is the bread and butter one, which I agree. I think it's going to take. Yeah, I don't know.
Let me explain the Snack It.
Yeah, because I'm sorting it out.
Yeah, Linda came to the Snack It page a little bit late.
Right.
Hey, good morning, Rain. So if you all follow me on Facebook at all, you know that I am very serious about my snacks. I have a commitment to snacks, particularly sweets, meats, and cheeses are kind of my snack areas of preference. And so I joined this Facebook page that is called The Snack It. And one of the things that they do is they have this like multiple times a year rating of snacks, kind of like, you know how they do that for sports and you compare teams and
crap that nobody cares about.
Yeah. Stuff no one cares about, like sports. And you compare teams and you say who's going to win. Well, they do that for snacks and
important things.
Yeah. And this year has been quite the controversy in the Snack It. A lot of the early forerunners have already been removed from the Snack It. So, classics like chips and guac and okay, well, I know. You have a varied and very specialized taste in snacks.
I do. And also and I'm not on the guac train. I find avocado cloying, and I know I hope the comments are probably going to get all crazy, like telling me how guac is great, but I find guac cloying. I find avocado cloying, like in any of the form.
Cloying. I only like certain guacamole.
Yeah.
Some early forerunners have already been removed from the Snack It, and we're at this place where, surprisingly, but not surprisingly, for 2020, 2021, the apocalypse, it looks like bread and butter is going to take it all. That's what I'm betting, you know. And that's a very apocalyptic snack, in my opinion.
Yeah, and sort of like a homespun homesteading snack. Like something like they need like a treat on Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, it's a very Little House on the Prairie type snack.
And that's another one of my areas of expertise. So if anybody wants to talk Little House on the Prairie in the comments.
Oh, I happen to know
Ooh.
she jumped from Snacks to Little House on the Prairie. And the fact that Linda is a raging homosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And part of the way that you're a raging homosexual is that you totally had a crush on whatchamacallit from Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Laura?
Laura.
Yeah.
Yeah, you totally had a crush on Laura from Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, I wanted to dress like her. I wore my hair in the braids. I pretended I was all like on Little House on the Prairie. I mean, and that's it. But only little. Mystery loves Little House on the Prairie.
Excellent.
And
I like the acronym for it.
yeah. LHOP.
Now, Linda, when you and I met, so when we met back in 1996,
Yeah.
We met at UMBC,
Yes.
and I think I met you before you met me, in that you were there for campus kind of visit day or whatever. And I totally saw you walking across campus, and you were pretty much wearing like Daisy Duke shorts, hot pants, I mean.
Yeah.
They definitely weren't Daisy Dukes. You were wearing hot pants, and you were carrying a lunchbox. I dare say it might have been, I don't think it was Dukes of Hazzard.
It might have been. That was my main one.
Okay, so maybe it was. I mean, remember, we're going back a couple of decades. And so you were carrying your lunchbox as a purse.
Oh, yeah.
And you had your hair up very big and very red.
Yeah.
And I saw you walking across campus, and I was definitely like, who is this person?
Yeah.
And at that point, I was not a raging homosexual. Or, I mean, I was clearly, right? But
yeah, we both are.
I didn't know I was a raging homosexual. I just kind of was like, oh, that person's like super cute and has fun fashion, which is pretty much how we jumped from like super cute and has fun fashion to like making out.
Yeah, and absolutely.
That's pretty much
that was how we did. Yeah, that's how I met you. Because I probably met you. I want to say in Chesapeake at one of those student activity things. Because you were at the desk staff in Chesapeake then, and that's the dorm I lived in.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I think that's probably how we met.
Yeah, and I think because I was moving in the dorm, and I think you probably complimented on my fashion, and I complimented on your fashion, so I think that's kind of how we got together.
Yeah, that is how we got together. Although Linda and I had been friends for a very long time. Yes, Chris is saying we went to UMBC. I already said that. Linda and I had been friends for a very long time. We've made out a couple times, but we never like dated.
No, we were more like confidants, and we were kind of like each other's wing people, sort of.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
One of the issues was that Linda basically, you had a reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were pretty slutty.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm not slut shaming.
No, it was sort of like I was in on the action because like at that time I didn't want like all the way action, like I wanted make out action.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and in that sense, you were kind of slutty, like
yeah,
you made out with a lot of people.
Yeah, because that was it. That was what I wanted, because it was kind of like I was kind of sort of like doing that sort of, I guess it's sort of a feminist thing, like I guess, sort of taking control of my so super cute fun fashion, want to make out. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about your feminism in college, Linda.
So yeah, my feminism was, it was sort of like, is like dressing up fabulous and making out with people, and that was sort of like reclaiming my hotness, because it wasn't, because it was sort of like a battle between like, because we weren't, because and I wasn't really like the hot chick ever, and it was kind of like I wanted to make like a different kind of hot chick.
And I would say that you definitely succeeded. Linda Barkenbush was very much kind of the talk of the town at UMBC in the 90s. And part of it was Linda Barkenbush's exploits, including Pantsless Day.
Oh yeah, Pantsless Day, Buttless Chaps Friday.
Buttless Chaps Friday. There was definitely the time that you went skinny dipping in the fountain.
Yeah, with two of our other UMBC compatriots.
Yeah, and you were caught for that one, correct?
Yeah, we were, and it was like it was the pretend police. It was the pretend UMBC police who were just kind of like, oh no, you kids don't do that. That's dangerous. That was pretty much as disciplinarian as the UMBC police ever got with anything.
And did you have to like write an essay about like the dangers of swimming in the fountain or something?
Yeah, I think it was like the dangers of like swimming unsupervised or something, like we could drown or something, and that was about it. That was
serious. Yeah,
that was our punishment. Oh god! And remember when the UMBC police would just like come in and talk shit with us, like on the desk staff?
Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. The other thing, part of your exploits that you got me involved with, was the time that we worked the front desk naked.
Yes. So, well, actually, no, you were the first one to get naked.
You are correct.
Yes, I remember
you, but you were the one who was actually working.
Was it? I can't. I don't remember. I thought you were the one that was working. Well, no matter. We were both naked. We were both naked on our own free will. Anyway, so I remember that. We both got high, of course, because that's how we did everything. Yeah. Working naked, yay! That's right, like Newton Treadway, and working naked is still fun, and.
But we did get in trouble.
So yeah, the first thing, we got high, and then we sat and I sat there. You took a shower.
Yes.
So and I sat out there and worked. Well, you you took a shower, and then you came out and you said, yeah, I'm all clean now. And so I was like, oh, great, because I was watching some game show or whatever. And then you said, oh, by the way, I'm naked. So you should get naked too. And I was like, I think I will. And so I went back, I got naked. I came out got wrapped in a blanket and came out, and we all sat out there and worked naked. And we wrote about it in like the desk journal.
And if I remember, we got in trouble for that because that like Christian girl snitch.
Oh God, the annoying straight Christian girl was like, working naked, that's scandalous, and
decided it was unsanitary that our butts were on the chair.
Oh God, that was the worst. And then big Jennifer Castronova had to say, okay, don't do that, girls.
Yeah.
Even though Jennifer Castronova didn't really care.
I was also a big homo.
Oh, completely. She still is. Are you friends with her on Facebook? You should be.
No, but I will find her.
Yeah, I'm friends with her on Facebook. So yeah, you should be friends with her too.
So I want to take our talk about being big homos to a more serious place.
Oh, okay. Is this the special episode part?
This is a very special episode.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like the Barbara Walters tell-all interview episode. Yeah. So in recent years, we've had a few discussions about being frigid.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And you have kind of conveyed that you don't want to like politicize it under like asexuality like the kids are doing.
Not particularly.
But you do feel like you're frigid and you deserve a parade.
Oh, yeah, because I want a parade.
Yeah, and I think you should have a frigid parade. What would your frigid flag look like?
Oh, well, let's see. Well, for my frigidity is so yeah. I'm gonna get deep and talk about frigidity now because frigidity is kind of 5 topics in 20 minutes. So yeah, I think Chris is impressed.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Chris thought that I didn't have a plan.
There's a plan. There is
a plan. You see the plan laying out. You see how I'm kind of going from topic to topic with these smooth transitions?
Just like they do on it's all that Johnny Carson I watch.
Yeah, we're prepared. Okay. Yeah. So frigidity, please.
Right.
Let's get serious about your frigidity.
Well. I think it's not some I'm not anti-sex, not at all. I just don't want, I just don't want to do the messy stuff. Like the makeout stuff is the only fun part. Like all like the, like all the sweaty, gross, like, stuff. That's just, I don't want any part of that.
Do you think it's connected to you also kind of pretty much being kind of old and crotchety?
Very much so. I think the two go hand in hand.
Yeah, I think so too. So
yeah.
Continue. Go ahead.
Because I'm basically turning into Brenda and Fav.
Now, please tell our viewers who Brenda and Fav are.
Brenda and Fav. Brenda was my mother, and Fav was my grandfather, Brenda's father. So, and they were both very much the old school Irish Catholic kind of thing, but Brenda surprisingly super liberal.
Yeah, Brenda is definitely super liberal.
Yeah, like the more I think about it, the more given her age and when she grew up, like it's kind of ridiculous how liberal she was.
Yeah.
So and my dad too. Like even just thinking about it, like wow, like because I remember I've shown you pictures, and like I told you, I had a drag ball for my Sweet 16 party, right?
Fabulous.
And that was in 1993, and there was absolutely no problem with this. None at all. It was like, oh great, honey. Okay. So well, Linda's gonna have her dress up party. So yeah, that was the kind of parents they were. Brenda and Fob especially were very much, sort of like, I'm old, I'm cranky, I'm in my routine, they were old and cranky with each other. So did I ever tell you about the his and hers microwaves?
No. Please continue.
The his and hers microwave. So this is how old and cranky they were. So okay, so for in our senior year of UMBC around like 1999, 2000, Fav moved in with Brenda. So because his wife had passed away, and so he was all alone. So he moved in with Brenda, and so it was the three of us in the house, and I had.
Oh no, Linda!
So Brenda had given me microwaves, his microwave to. I'm back. So okay, so she'd given me the microwave like to take to college or wherever when I moved when I lived in wherever. So and then after a while I got a call. So and I was like, oh, she's like, oh well I got you a new microwave, and I was like, oh okay great, and she's like well because your grandfather wants his back. So because she says so. Because Fav decided he didn't like the microwave that Brenda had. It was too complicated to work, and he wanted his microwave back. She's like, well, you can't have that microwave back. I gave it to Linda to use. And then after a while, Fav says he wants to go to Sears and buy a new microwave because he's not having any of Brenda's. So so you would think someone would be like, okay, we'll get a new microwave. Not Brenda.
No.
Brenda's not giving up her microwave. You're gonna have to pry Brenda's microwave from her cold dead fingers because it's her microwave, and that's that. So, upshot of that, I get the new microwave, and forever after, you went into the house, and there would be Brenda's microwave and Fav's microwave, one stacked on top of the other. So there was his and hers microwaves. That was how old and crotchety and stubborn they both were.
And you definitely follow in their footsteps.
Absolutely. So that's why that's why I really can't have anybody, like living with me or being in any kind of like serious kind of relationship as one would have it, because it's just like, I just couldn't tolerate it. It's just gonna be like, no, you can't watch anything else on TV. No.
Let's talk about your TV schedule.
Yes. Okay. So I have my TV schedule. So the TV schedule, usually I start the day, I turn on the television, I check what's on at the given time, because I always like to have my TV set. Actually, I make it so it's on antenna TV when I wake up, because I don't like waking up. I don't like turning on the TV and being caught out with something crappy on the TV.
What do our viewers know about antenna TV?
Oh, Antenna TV, it's one of those TV channels. It shows like classic old person television. And, it shows like Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie and, like All in the Family and Alice and shows like that. And so and kind of like Me TV is similar and Get TV is similar. And so it's basically like little digital old person stations. I mean, and you have to see a lot of commercials for like bald guy stuff. And I used to have to see a ton of Trumpy Bear commercials. And that was kind of annoying as hell. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of like, it's like, oh God, it's like, it's kind of hard knowing you watch a lot of the same TV as a bunch of racist old fucks.
Yeah. That is always kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
That can kind of bum you out. So what is your current favorite classic TV show?
Okay, so current, I think, and as well, my current favorite is Charlie's Angels, because I've been watching that because one of the things I've gotten into during the pandemic that you're very familiar with, but our viewers are not, is that my thing during the pandemic, my pandemic activities is to watch a show and see how long I can stick with it, no matter how bad it gets.
Yes.
Like, and I kind of chronicle Sydney on this, like, on a regular basis, like pretty much on a daily basis. Like, we talk about our snack foods and we talk about what we're watching on TV at a given time. So somebody loves Kate Jackson. So yes, I love Kate Jackson too. So yeah, so I'm not sure. I kind of like each of the angels has their specific charms. Like I don't know that I would want to pick out a special favorite. So I think, let's see. I think I'd probably make out with Jacqueline Smith because I'd make out with any of them. So because but Jacqueline Smith is kind of like the like the classiest looking, but I was like, and I liked her hair the best, but I like them all. But anyway, but the TV shows I watch them and I see how long I can stick with them, no matter how bad they get. And sometimes they go on a long time and they get pretty bad. Like I chronicled Sydney on like how long I stuck with Happy Days. I stuck with Happy Days for the whole 11 seasons when it was, I've been through that whole syndication cycle and it got rough.
Yeah, like I said, that was like some Ninja Warrior training.
Yeah, it was, especially for that show, because that show just got out of control and ridiculous. And quite frankly, for me, like, because Happy Days kind of, they're the ones who kind of originated the jump the shark moment, because like when Fonzie actually does jump the shark in his motorcycle jacket and his boots on his water skis, it's pretty fantastic.
And you saw that episode.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one multiple times. But that one, I think for me, most definitely, it jumps the shark when Chachi shows up.
Yes, you are not a fan of Chachi.
Chachi's the fucking worst.
Yeah. And
The character and Scott Baio, of course, is horrible.
And then we find out that, like, as a human being, Scott Baio is like the worst.
Oh yeah, completely. I mean, Chachi was always the worst. Completely. I mean, you watch the show, like it completely. You know, that's when it gets crappy. And I mean, it didn't really go down the crapper until Ron Howard left.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so because after like a few seasons later, Ron Howard left, and then it just really went in the crapper. So, but yeah, Chachi is the definite visual that's the definite visual and like aesthetic thing of, you know, when it got bad.
I would definitely agree with that. Although I am not a Happy Days connoisseur, like you are. You also send me updates about Charlie's Angels and the various kinds of, I wouldn't even call it lesbian subtext of the show. It's just stuff like lesbian soft porn.
Completely. Absolutely. That's why people loved it. And that's why I love it.
And I believe that you told me that in your day job, so Linda's day job, when Linda's not being an heiress.
Yeah, pretty much.
Linda's day job is that Linda is a elementary educator.
Mm-hmm.
And you were telling me about various ways that you expose elementary children to the homosexual agenda.
Oh, completely. That's the whole reason. That's basically the whole reason I teach. Like, you know, to let kids know, like, you know, to subtly let children know that, like, homos are out there, homos are everywhere, and you know, if you're a homo, that's okay.
That's beautiful.
So, because your teacher's a homo. Oh, it's way beyond the L word.
Mason, you're too young for Charlie's Angels. But Charlie's Angels is kind of everything. And so you expose some a group of young girls to Charlie's Angels, or have a conversation with them about Charlie's Angels?
So I'm kind of thinking how it got. So yeah, this particular group of girls that I teach. So because I teach in a few different schools and I do like reading and math tutoring, and so, you know, and basically, you know, I do a little of that, but I mostly talk to kids about TV and, you know, and basically stuff that they actually enjoy, other than, you know, sometimes I teach them to read and count or whatever. But so yeah, but these three girls that I teach, and they're actually super cool. They're actually the kind of girls, like, you know, I hope they're going to be like weird girls like us, and I hope they kind of seem like the kind of girls who would get drunk and make out with each other.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm here for that.
So they're like my favorite group. One is in and the one girl, it was her parents that gave me the Moscato and Gelt for a Hanukkah gift.
Classy.
Yes, so it's Kayla's parents. She's the one. So yeah, so she's in. So there's a 5th grader, a 6th grader, and an 8th grader, and they're all super cool, and they all like, you know, drawing, and one likes watching weird anime all the time, and the other, you know, so, and I was talking to them about stuff that I was watching, like, and I don't know how Charlie's Angels came up, but it did came up, and they were like, wait, is that a movie or is that a TV show? It was like, well, it's both. But, you know, I watched the TV show and I was telling what it was all about. It came out, you know, like, it's an old TV show, and it's about these 3 girls that, you know, they were police officers, but they work for this guy named Charlie, who they never see, you just hear his voice, and they like wear fabulous clothes and solve crimes. And I was like, yeah, it's a fun show. And one of them said, oh, my dad saw a commercial for that. And they said, oh, wow, that's an old show. And so it was like, yeah. So it's like, yeah, if it's on, you should catch it. It's silly, but it's a lot of fun.
So hopefully you kind of planted the seed.
Yes.
A little bit of 70s lesbian porn subtext.
Yes, I think so.
I fully support that.
Yeah, because it's probably and it'd be really easy because they're not allowed, because it's an Orthodox Jewish school, so they're around girls all the time because they're separated by boy girl.
That's like going to Catholic girls' school.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same thing.
Yeah. So how did you, as a Irish Catholic homosexual, get a job tutoring at an Orthodox Jewish school?
So, well, the thing is, I work for the company I work for is like contracted with Baltimore City to give Title I services, which is like extra reading and math help to kids that live in Baltimore City but they go to like either Jewish school or Catholic school. So, and they were like, oh, and I was like, well, I want to teach at the schools that are like, I want to teach the schools. I don't want to teach too far away. So these were the schools that were kind of closest to my house, like not too far of a drive, and they just happened to be all the Orthodox Jewish schools. So I'm like, okay, I'll teach the Orthodox Jewish schools. They're closer.
And apparently they love you there.
I think so. I guess so. I mean, I know the school where these girls are at, it's kind of like, it's a Jewish school, but it's also a weird Montessori school. So they're all kind of nutsy. So they kind of love me. So yeah, so it's all weird and messy, but they like me. So, and the other school likes me, and the other school likes me, but it's a weird school because it's like I teach on the boys' side, and it's the whole like it's the Jewish patriarchy as opposed to the Catholic patriarchy, and like I'm used to the Catholic patriarchy, so that's, it's kind of weird navigating the Jewish patriarchy. So some days I get cranky at that school and I'm like, you big misogynist bastards. Rah, 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 rah. But most of the time it's not too bad.
I really like how there's like weird feedback. I really like how feminist you've become in your old age as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I think it's a look I can pull off too. Because remember at your engagement party when I was wearing the orange suit and the orange hat that you gave me, and you said I looked like I ran a lesbian printing press?
Yes, you definitely did.
Yeah, and I was thinking, and I liked that, and I'm thinking that's like a look that I want, and I also want to like do kind of like the Brett Summers look.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, because that's kind of like what I think that's kind of like the look I've eased into in my old age.
It works.
Yeah,
it works. So I'm going to ask you and the viewers some questions, some quick fire questions.
Ooh, excellent. Ooh, the quiz part.
Okay.
I like that. Yes.
And I want you to answer, and I also want our viewers to answer. Rick, we could talk about the match game for days.
That'll be a future edition, the match game edition.
Big match game fans here. And actually, I keep trying to kind of prod Chris to do a match game with like local celebs. And of course you need to be on it. And of course you need to like take the role of Brett.
Oh, completely. Yeah. I'm in. Yeah.
So I keep trying to prod Chris to make the match game happen with like local celebs.
Well, soon everybody will be vaccinated and we can do it.
I think that would be really great. Did you get vaccinated yet?
Yes. Yeah, I got vaccinated. Actually, it'll be 3 weeks yesterday.
Oh, Rick has to be in because Rick is like grumpy as fuck.
Yes. Oh, that'll be outstanding. Yeah. Oh, and Chris says they want to do it. Oh, and it's from Coffee with Chris show and Coffee with Chris. So yeah, Chris wants to do it. So yeah.
Yeah. We Chris, I think that you should talk to Amelia about that, and maybe that can happen at CPC this summer.
Yeah.
And we can make that happen. And so, okay, here we go. We're going to do the quick fire. I love you, Rick, so much.
I love you too, Rick.
We're going to do the quick fire. Linda's going to answer as well as our viewer audience can answer. And Linda, I don't mind if you expand upon your answers a little bit if you have to.
Oh, of course.
Okay. But you do have to answer.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
You have to give me an answer.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Which Golden Girl are you?
I want to say probably Sophia.
And why?
Probably because of her fashions. Like she wears a lot of like the short like shapeless shift dresses, and I wear those a lot. and I'm kind of cranky like she is, and I have my routine, and I have a purse that I carry everywhere.
All right, I would say that is legit. I would give you that. Which one is it? Okay, I'm about to press a button that I think is the applause button, but I don't know. Okay, here we go. Yes!
Woo!
I'd like to say that I'm Dorothy Zbornak.
Oh yeah.
I would like to say that, but secretly in my heart, I know I'm Rose.
Yeah, but I think you have your Dorothy moments too, especially with your fashion.
Yeah, I really love Dorothy's fashion. I know she's not known as like the fashion plate of the show, but I am very into like that, like foot realness that she gives us.
Completely. I mean, and the palazzo pants, the culottes,
lots of layers,
the scrunch boots.
Oh, I love a scrunch boot.
The Chanel earrings.
Yeah. I love a big shoulder.
Yes. Oh, she's got the biggest shoulders on that show.
I love a big shoulder moment. And so thank you for giving me credit for being partially Dorothy Zbornak.
Yeah, I always feel like we're Dorothy and Sophia.
I do know. I mean, I'm just being realistic. I do know that I have my Rose moments.
Oh yeah.
Chris did not answer in the comment what Golden Girl they are. And I'm very curious because at this point, Chris should be a Golden Girl expert because you know it comes on every night.
Oh yeah, isn't that where you go to sleep too?
Yes. Okay, so let me back up.
Okay,
I gotta go on a rant.
Okay,
there, I'm going on a rant. Okay, so I very much got used to falling asleep to Golden Girls every night.
Of course.
It kind of marathons until about 1 a.m. And at 1 a.m. it flips to Frasier.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a huge Frasier fan, but I'm not anti-Frasier.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So I kind of try to fall asleep before the 1 a.m. Frasier flip.
Of course.
That's my goal. So it was premiering on the Hallmark Channel for quite a while, and it marathoned from 10 to 1. I was very happy with that schedule. I understood that schedule.
Right. You're used to it.
I'm used to it. But fucking Hallmark Channel. That's right. I am dropping the F-bomb about the Hallmark Channel.
Really? What have they done now?
Fucking Hallmark Channel.
What did they do?
Start showing their holiday movies. Yeah, they're Christmas movies. They start showing their Christmas movies that all star like Candace Cameron and no one cares. Because she's kind of secretly horrible too, though not as horrible as Kirk Cameron.
Oh God, he's worse than Scott Baio.
Oh, he is worse than Scott Baio.
He's the worst one. The worst one. Oh, I don't know. Schroeder's pretty bad too.
So, fucking Hallmark Channel starts showing their holiday movies pretty much right after Halloween.
I know, and people who get started on Christmas early are fucking stupid.
Oh, that is a strong opinion.
It is. I mean, I think and I am anti starting Christmas before Thanksgiving. And yes, come at me. I don't care. I'm putting it out there.
Wow. Controversial opinions on the Coffee with Chris show.
Yeah, you weren't expecting this at 10:47 a.m.? Well, here it comes.
So, as I was saying, so they start their Christmas movies early, right after Halloween, right? And then, of course, they run them through New Year's. So that is 2 full months. Right? And they do 24-hour Christmas movies now. During that period.
That's right, Ezra.
So what happens? It, usurps my Golden Girls.
Yeah. And you
For
can't have that.
2 full months. Now, 2 months without the Golden Girls to kind of lull me to sleep, I kind of fall out of the habit.
Right. And that's
right? Because I've had to search for something else for a couple months now.
And I know, and I remember, and we've talked about this privately. I know that that could. I think interruptions in one's TV schedule can lead to emotional distress and contribute to our already existing mental issues.
Agree. That is a strong agree.
I don't think there's enough medical research done on that.
Agree. Social scientists, we need to have more information about what happens to interruption to TV schedules.
Yeah.
So we need to give Thanksgiving space. Thanksgiving deserves its space.
Absolutely, Circus Black.
Absolutely.
Circus Black and Ezra Begun. Absolutely.
So I fell out of Golden Girls.
Right.
Because of that 2-month break. It kind of messed me up.
Yeah. That was a rough go.
And so I'm just now getting back into the swing of the Golden Girls in the evening.
That's nice.
Yeah. And that was a long detour from our quick fire.
Oh yeah.
That was a very long detour. Okay.
Golden Girls.
Favorite Cadbury product?
Favorite Cadbury? I'm gonna go old school, definitely the cream eggs. The original OG cream eggs.
OG cream eggs. Now, have you tried the other variations? I
have. So I like, there's the caramel ones. Those are pretty good. I mean, they're kind of like, they're a caramel candy, which I like, sort of like, like a kind of like a Milky Way or like, a caramel filled candy. And those are quite good. And, mini eggs are always good. I like, the crisp sugar shell. That's always nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I try the only and I like the various, like, I like the scream egg, the Halloween one, because that's kind of like,
I brought that out.
Yeah, because that's like, that's kind of like, that's like an alien cream egg. That's fine.
It's fun because the cream is green, but they taste exactly the same.
That's fun. And you're all like, so yeah, I'll take a scream egg any day. But you see them like, and I wouldn't want to have them all year round because it's all like, woo, Easter, it's cream eggs, and anyway, and especially afterwards they go on sale and you get a bunch of cream eggs half price, and everything tastes better when it's on sale or free. And
agreed.
Completely. And so I think the OG original cream egg is my favorite. And I know that we tried a while back, and I've seen them, but I didn't get them again. But they had those cream egg cookies, which look like the cookies with the little cream egg on top, filling on top.
I wasn't particularly a fan.
Yeah, they were okay. They were fun for the novelty.
Yeah, they didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, but when one variation, I'm not sure if I think they might still make it, but I didn't like it. I didn't care, but the chocolate cream eggs.
Like, I was going to ask you about those.
I mean, I didn't really feel like there was any point. I'm not too much of a fan of chocolate on chocolate on chocolate things. It just kind of bores me. Mm-hmm. So I like chocolate and something else.
Agreed. I am also kind of OG cream egg for life. You do know that I love the mini eggs.
Oh yeah, completely.
I mean, and so it really is a close battle between OG cream eggs and mini eggs.
Oh yeah, sure.
I am taking it to OG cream eggs because there's a slight kind of grossness factor.
Oh yeah,
cream eggs, like the yolky part, or where cream eggs, it's green. It's kind of a little bit grosser.
Yeah.
I like gross snacks.
Yeah, and I also like, and they're almost lascivious in a way, because other people are all like, oh, they're so rich, that's too much. Oh, I can barely eat one, and I was like, well, then give me all of yours because I want them.
Correct, Ezra. OG.
Yeah.
Now, we have a question from our viewers. I am not familiar with this, but you might be.
Okay.
Do you remember when they replaced Family Feud that precedes Jeopardy with Snap Decisions?
No, I'm not familiar with that. When?
Wow. Yes,
Around,
we need more information about when this happened.
yeah, about what time period was that?
Yeah, we need a little more information about that. Now, another thing that our viewers might not know is I believe that Chris has talked about the in previous episodes a while ago has talked about the viewing pleasure that is the new supermarket sweep with Leslie Jones.
Yes.
And you agree as a game show expert that show is a quality reboot?
I think so.
Yeah, you're into it.
I was impressed.
Yeah, I was impressed too. I thought that Leslie Jones brought a different energy to the show, but still paid homage to the original.
Yeah, I think she, like, what I liked about her was that she was excited about it.
Very excited about the show and about all parts of the show. So definitely a fan of Leslie Jones as the host of the new supermarket sweep. But what our viewers don't know is that Miss Linda Barkenbush is largely responsible for the reboot of Supermarket Sweep.
It's true.
It's true. And the reason why Miss Linda Barkenbush is largely responsible for the reboot of Supermarket Sweep is that Linda was a Nielsen family.
I was.
A solo Nielsen family for a while and really skewed the results in our favor.
I did exactly what I did. And that's why I'm so careful about what channel my TV is on and why I position it so when, make sure that it's like that it's not on some terrible channel when I wake up. Because let's say there's something good on, like, oh my goodness, last night, I don't have to worry about it so much anymore because I'm not a Nielsen family anymore. Because, they do it, you do it for about like a year or so, and they're like, oh, okay. And then they just send you an envelope, and because you don't like write anything down or record anything in a book, you just they just give you a little meter to wear. And it like basically looks like pedometer or whatever, and you just like clip it on your clothes or whatever, and it like records like whatever you watch or listen to on the radio or like what kind of stuff you look at on the internet. But yeah, like last night, like I was watching something on Fox, and then I was watching something I DVR'd, and then it went off, and then like Paternity Court was on Fox. And I'm all like, So, I mean, it could have been worse, but I still don't want, I wouldn't want my Nielsen meter picking up Paternity Court.
I agree. We did have a conversation probably about 2 weeks ago now about various court shows.
Right. That's not one of the top ones.
I very much agree that Paternity Court is not one of the top court shows. Coming back to Snap Decisions, it was for a brief time a few years ago. They quickly corrected themselves, like for 2 weeks or so. I don't exactly remember when.
And it was absolute trash. Yeah, that's pretty much a given. Yeah, we'll have to do more research into that show and see what it was all about. I think that sounds like a horrible idea.
I think part of the reason is, although you are a Jeopardy fan, and we will come back to that.
Yes.
You are a big Jeopardy fan. You're not necessarily a huge fan of the current iteration of Family Feud.
Not so much.
And we've talked about this many times, how we struggle with Steve Harvey.
Yeah, he's a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's pretty sexist, and not in a fun way like Richard Dawson.
Yeah,
right.
He's patriarchy.
Yeah. Richard Dawson was just kind of like sleazy, you know.
And oh my, and I have something. Richard Dawson just goes from hetero to homo.
Yes,
I mean,
like the flip of a hat.
Because that's another thing. It was like way in the beginning of the pandemic. My I'd gotten, I think it was last Christmas. Yeah, it was not this past Christmas, but last Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Last Christmas, I got in the DVD set of celebrity editions of Family Feud, of like our Family Feud All Stars, and it was all like Richard Dawson celebrity Family Feud stuff. And
Oh, that's great.
he would go from being like extra hetero with the ladies to extra homo with the men. It was amazing to watch, especially when you're watching them all at once. So yeah, we should have, and like especially when he's on Match Game with Charles Nelson Riley.
Yes.
Oh, they are so homo together.
It is so clear that Richard Dawson and Charles Nelson Riley, like,
completely, they were so getting, yeah. So
yeah.
So that's why Richard Dawson will always be the greatest Family Feud host ever.
And you know what? I have to say, I am not positive that Gene Rayburn didn't pop in sometimes.
Oh yeah, at least to watch.
I know it's a controversial statement, but I'm going to say it. I think he popped in sometime.
Yeah, well, I do know because my Marvelous family also gave me the biography of Gene Rayburn that I asked for, and apparently Gene was a bit of a ladies' man, and who's to say that he didn't dabble with Richard and Charles as well?
Yes, I think so. We have a very important question, and this is exactly what I was getting at.
Oh, yes.
Who do you want to host Jeopardy?
Let's see. I would go with, from what I've seen so far, I'm just gonna, Dr. Oz is absolute trash. He's terrible. And so right now, like, I've not been enjoying that. So, but this, like, he'll be done soon. I would either go with who I've liked best, and the one I've liked best so far is Ken Jennings.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a standard choice.
Like he was the first one to host after Alex left, and he was nice, he was soothing, and like he knows a lot about the show, and he'd already done some stuff on anyway. So out of the current crop, Ken Jennings would be my pick. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people have wanted LeVar Burton to come and do it. Like if that ever becomes a thing, I'm all for that too. And so those would be my two picks.
Yeah, I would very much like to see the LeVar Burton happen. Yeah. In my imagination, it would be a really good choice. Of course, we have to put it to the test.
Of course.
I don't see why LeVar Burton would be a bad choice.
No, not at all. I think he'd be very good. He has that Star Trek connection, the whole Reading Rainbow connection.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, it seems completely. I mean, and the other thing, like, and the other two hosts did a good job. Katie Couric did a fine job, and the executive producer of Jeopardy that stepped in for a couple weeks, he was fine too. But Ken Jennings was the best of the three that's done it.
Nice. And then we did talk briefly about Mayim Bialik and how that just felt very.
That makes a lot of sense too.
Very contemporary.
Yeah, she's got the Amy Farrah Fowler thing going, and she does have a PhD in neuroscience. So yeah, I think that makes I'll enjoy seeing her host.
Yeah, we're very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm not excited about this football bro that's going to host. I don't remember his name. They have some football bro that's going to host.
Yeah, you know that's for like, the plebeians.
I know.
The Jeopardy plebeians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's about unpolitical academic integrity. I could not put that differently.
Yeah.
That's
spot on. Yeah.
Definitely spot on. Now, one thing that we do have differing opinions about is Pat Sajak.
Right.
I don't know if you know Coffee with Chris viewing audience. I have very strong opinions about Pat Sajak. I pretty much think Pat Sajak is a dick. I'm saying it. I'm laying it out there. Pat Sajak is a dick.
Oh, yeah.
However, Linda has a soft spot in her heart.
I do. I mean, and he is a dick. I mean, it's there, but like, well, the thing is, Wheel of Fortune was my first favorite game show, and it was the one I'd get all excited about. and you know at the beginning how they used to say Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
It was just, like, I'd get all excited about it, and Brenda and Dad, we watch it together, and there was Pat Sajak and there was Vanna White. Vanna was always better with her fashions and stuff. So, but yeah, so just that, Pat's just kind of connected to that for better or for worse. So, I can't fully hate Pat Sajak. I mean, I understand why you think he's a dick, and he has dickish qualities.
Yes.
Most definitely.
I feel like I have been vindicated in the press recently.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of that.
There's been a couple articles about like controversial interactions between Pat Sajak and the contestants. And I'm like, thank you, journalism, for catching up with what I've been saying for decades now.
Yeah, he is a cranky bastard.
Yeah, definitely. I did enjoy when I caught a guy gave him an excited hug and he said lawsuit on mic. And they aired it. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I can see it too. I did enjoy when I caught Vanna as the host.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
I think she did a very solid job.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, very much enjoyed it. But of course she would do a solid job. She's been associated with the show forever. She knows all the ins and outs.
Yeah. Yeah, she was terrific. I thought I was very impressed.
Yeah, she was primed for that.
Yeah. And I gotta tell, I was very, very disappointed in Celebrity Wheel of Fortune.
I know you were. You messaged me about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I messaged your ear off about that because they just got the crappiest celebrities. They didn't even get. I mean, they had a few good celebrities. The only celebrity, I mean, they had Paul Rubens on. That was really good, and Alfonso Ribeiro.
Right.
Yeah, those are the only two celebrities.
Leslie Jones was on.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was pretty good.
Oh, you didn't enjoy Vanna on Wheel?
Oh,
tell us more about this controversial.
Yeah.
We are all about the controversial opinions today on the Coffee with Chris show.
Yeah, this was excitement.
Yeah. This is definitely unpopular opinion day. That's the subtitle of the show. Unpopular opinions.
That's what we're all about here.
Now, Linda, didn't you audition for Wheel of Fortune?
Yes, I did.
And tell me about the auditioning for Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, well, because the Wheelmobile is touring the country, and so the Wheelmobile came to the Hunt Valley Mall, and so I drove to the Hunt Valley Mall, and you go in, and you write your name on the thing, and you put your name in the little, the turnaround, like the bingo thing. Mm-hmm. Then you put, they turn it and they pull the names out, and they pulled out my name. So, and I was all like, woo, woo, and I waited through the crowd, and I got to go on stage with the pretend Pat and the pretend Vanna and pretend to try to solve a puzzle. And so I didn't win it. One of the other guys got it before me. So, but I got a bunch of free Wheel of Fortune stuff, and you put your name in, and they say, oh, if we, don't call us, we'll call you. And of course, they never call. But yeah, so that was my big moment. That was my big moment in the sun with Wheel of Fortune auditions.
What was the Wheel of Fortune swag that you got?
Oh well, I got a T-shirt, a baseball hat, and a tote bag.
Nice.
And that's like a sort of like almost like not quite a fanny pack, but it's one of those weird things that you like strap around yourself. Not quite a backpack, not quite a fanny pack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a keychain.
That is quite the Wheel of Fortune swag bag.
Yeah, it was quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, I mean, they do quality swag. However you may feel about the host. Let's see. Couldn't believe how awkward she was. Granted, it could have been nerves. It was like step word. Interesting.
Interesting. There is a way that Vanna in general has that Stepford wife quality about her.
Yeah.
Like regardless, like when she's in the last part of the show when she and Pat are kind of like bantering back and forth, she still kind of has that Stepford wife quality. I really think that's just her personality.
Yeah.
The last thing that I want to talk about,
Right.
because we've kind of abandoned the quickfire. Last quickfire question.
Okay.
Chris always asks me this.
Right.
What's the weirdest thing you've done this week?
Weirdest thing I've done this week. Oh boy. Let me think. And you know me, I do a lot. You know me, I just do a lot of weird stuff.
Last week because it's only Wednesday of this week.
Right.
So we'll say past 10 days.
Okay, weirdest thing I've done this week. Well, I'd say the weirdest thing that I'd say what I've been this has been kind of an ongoing project. I recently treated myself to some new underwear, like a new 5-pack of underwear, because like my old one was weird out. And what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to coordinate what color underwear goes with what day.
Okay.
So I've been trying to I've been kind of switching it up, and I haven't really settled on anything. I know white underwear goes with Monday, and I think sort of like the purplish underwear was yesterday. So, and I haven't put on any underwear yet today. So that's kind of the weirdest one I think that's kind of the weirdest thing that I've been doing this week.
So you're coordinating the underwear with the day, not with the outfit.
No, I have certain color underwear that I wear on a certain day.
Interesting. Yeah, that would definitely be the weirdest thing that you have done. I did not know that.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had that for a long time. I recently had to retire a favorite stripy pair that I always wore on Fridays, but they just got too ripped up. And so I do also have like a favorite purpley blue stripy pair that I wear on Saturdays that are like the elastic is kind of shot. So like I can wear them, but like not for very long. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much been the weird thing.
I would agree. That is a pretty weird thing. We do have some updates in the comments about Vanna.
Yeah.
Ezra says, I think I saw a Vanna White documentary, and they mentioned that time, and she was incredibly nervous. And I can imagine it was a ton of pressure. So yes, maybe Vanna's nerves got to her.
And because it was a last minute thing, because Pat had to go in for emergency surgery.
Yes, I remember that. The last thing that I want to bring up before we close the show, yes, RIP favorite pairs of underwear.
I know, really.
Strongly identify.
Yes.
The last thing I want to bring up before we close the show is it's an old story, but it's an old favorite.
Oh, yes.
And that is the time that Linda and I auditioned to be QVC hosts.
Yes. That was fun.
So, this is probably 2002, 2003-ish.
Yeah, most definitely. Because I was living in the apartment on Monument Street, and you were in your aunt's house.
In my aunt's house, yeah.
On Hilton. Yeah, and it was around 2002, 2003. It was the winter because it was very cold.
Yes.
And I remember, it was around 2003, and I remember, and we drove, and it was in Pennsylvania because that's where like the QVC studio is, and neither of us really had a job at the time, so we were just like digging around, and and I don't know where we saw the QVC auditions, but anywhere we saw them, we decided to go because we didn't have anything else to do, and
completely unprepared, like not at all prepared. We get there are like people in line who are like serious, like journalists, actors, television personalities.
There was that one lady, I don't know if you remember her. She was like, yeah, I was doing this, did news for such and such a station, blah, blah, blah. She was super intense.
Like really intense. And like they had all like their suits and their makeup and the hair and the headshots.
Yes, and we have our weird outfits and like our like snapshots of ourselves, like from some drunken soiree. And I remember we drove up in your little green Volkswagen Bug.
Yes,
with the heated seats, and I remember that, and you had to bring like a product to talk about to audition with. And I remember
I did not know necessarily that we had to bring a product. But it was cold, so I had this weird red scarf.
Yes, you had the red
over my head.
Top.
Yeah.
And that's what you used. And I remember what I auditioned with. I auditioned with my Land's End all-weather mocks. Like,
nice.
You know, yes, the big winter shoes. And my opening line was like, these shoes saved my life during the blizzard of 2003. They kept my feet warm and dry while I shoveled my car out from all that snow we got. Blah blah blah. I want to be on QVC. I should be your spokesmodel. Okay, so yeah, so that was our big auditions, and I know I still have my rejection letter somewhere from then. I know I hung
mine. We've moved around so much that I lost track of my rejection letter.
I know it's somewhere.
It was definitely no surprise that
none
at all. Although I think that we would make excellent QVC hosts, like a late night, as seen on TV type, hit show.
Oh, completely. Like, you know, these are brand new product, like sort of like Ron Popeil type stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Either that or we could be on with Isaac Mizrahi when he hawks his stuff.
Oh, yeah. I've seen Isaac Mizrahi hawk his stuff. Yeah, I've definitely seen that. And I have to say, his QVC stuff is not as nice as his Target stuff.
Not at all. Well, I think Target's gone downhill.
I haven't been in Target for a while.
Yeah, and Target is boring.
Really? Target was your spot.
I know. Target used to have way cute stuff, but I mean, it's just basic. Yeah. And then another controversial opinion.
That is definitely controversial. Yeah. You know, maybe we'll take it to the streets and see how people feel about Target.
Yeah, like I've been disappointed. And like, yeah.
Like I said, I have not been in a very long time, so I cannot speak to Target's quality or lack thereof. So, Linda, we have been talking for about an hour and 15 minutes, and I just want to thank you for being my guest on the Coffee with Chris Takeover today.
Thank you for having me. It's been outstanding.
Thank our few viewers for sticking with us through our nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I don't know what Chris says to like close out the show. But Linda, would you like to give some parting words to close out the show?
Let's see, parting words to close out the show. Let's see. So Charlie's Angels, lesbo porn, highly recommended.
Beautiful, Linda. Thank you so much. And have a great day. Chris will be back on Friday with a panel related to community during the pandemic. And we'll be back on Monday with regular Coffee with Chris daily show.
And Sydney and I will return someday. With more TV. Next time, maybe celebrity bowling.
That's true. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye, America.
Get your hand out of here. And broadcast.
Okay, stop.